approach and more youth we can approach as well. So that's why we're having more options and more opportunity everywhere, okay? So this is the first part about this amazing product. And the second amazing thing is about the business model itself. For the business model, we were having 4 different models for OGT, RGT, OGE, RGE, but now we only have 2, okay? Which is GTa and GTe. Remember that, okay? So what is the difference between these 2 business model, right? In terms of value proposition, it's different. In terms of customer segment, it's different. Other than that, everything is the same. So that's why it's a product that not that hard to run. If people think that it's too hard, like, okay, it's not, just need to learn it, okay? And what are the major changes is for now, for GTa, GTa and GTe, you cannot charge the EP anymore. And you will going to look into the business model itself. So if there is some word that is italic, which is something that you can customize on national level, but it's on both, then that means that is something that is globally standardized that you cannot change. Which this business model, you can bring it into your national level and even customize it. That sounds great, right? Because usually business model, you cannot customize it, yeah. Last but not least, the value proposition, we also have a refresh on that compared to the one you see academy. Now we have a version that is more easy to understand, so you see it later. But most probably, the similarity between 2 products is for youth, they are developing the leadership skills, competency, boost their career opportunity, and for partner, which is fulfill either their business or HR needs. The only difference from these 2 value proposition is for youth, we are going to have intern work opportunity versus teaching opportunity for you when you introduce it. For partner, the difference is, okay, companies and education institute. That sounds easy, right? Yeah. So this is the whole overview that about the product basic. So I cannot show you guys. Yes, before I move on to it, one of the reminder I want to tell you guys is we actually prepared like some of the recap of the product as well, but we don't have time to go through it. So if you still need some more information, you can go through this. So this is the recap of the academy, and you can follow the business model, everything there. But if you want to know even deeper more, then please go to take the academy. So it will be easier for you to manage. Now coming to the next part, we're going to have overview and insight. That is very important because that is something that you will never able to find on the academy, and you will only find with Connie and me, okay? So let's start with it. Let's start with performance. Okay, so for performance, right? When you look into it, yes, this is how the data look like. So starting from 2015 to 2019, in the past 5 years, how does GT and also GE look like? So since 2016, you'll be able to see in AP, RGT has been dropping significantly every single year. Yeah, but also in terms of the whole I6, right, for IGE, we are only slightly growing, but it's still shuffling a lot. And in total, we actually cannot cover the drop from IGT. And the second thing in terms of OGX, which is OGT has been dropping since 2015 every single year. Okay, which, you know, it feels hurts because every product in ISEC is very important. Even though OG is growing, you will see that like we have a lot of demand in terms of short-term internship, and it has been growing significantly in at least like 1/3 growth of it. So this is how the overview of the performance of these 2 products in the past 5 years.
Yeah, so one thing that you need to know about the key reasons behind of the dropping, let's say for IGT, it's about the visa. So if you notice the changes of the visa from 2015 to 2019, we have more entities are facing the visa challenges. And also at the same time, our OGT and the OGE, because of the distribution from the product, our OGX supply is being very hard to align the supply and demand. However, our region, IGE, is not that growing and really catch up what is the business model can be run in our region. So that's why the GT has been facing the drop for so many years. Yeah.
Ooh, thanks, Connie. So now coming to the second part in terms of S&D. So here are lots of pie chart, right? Where you can find it, I will send you guys the link later, but you can find every single data there. So in terms of GTa, you'll be able to see the most field that we have is marketing across all the duration. Marketing is the most popular one. And the second one coming into it is IT for short-term and long-term internship. While for mid-length internship, BA is the one that who dominates a bit more. And in terms of the third one for the sub-product, for the field is like BD is for short and mid length, while for BA we have more opportunity for long. Okay, long experience. So if you're going to run OGT, that is some of the opportunity that you can look into. And how you're going to find an IR partner, right? So this is for OGX. You'll be able to see for OGX, every entity have some focus field that they are working in. Usually they are marketing and BA, and we have a few entities that can supply for IT or even engineering. But to be honest, it's very, very less, no matter it's for long or mid-length experience or even short as well. So this will be also a market that if you want to look into, because for OGX, we'll be most properly treating youth, and we need to focus on duration and the country itself, that where they want to head into and whether we are feasible to go to. And the last thing is about the field as well, because at the end of the day, the ability of the student, you cannot change it just because 1 month you want to go like apply for internship, right? So that is the reason that like for OGX, you need to find your very focused field that you need to work on that. Yeah. So now we have ICX.
Okay, so for ICX, as you can see for the long-term part, because we have pretty long history of IGT in Asia Pacific. So most of the entity, like let's say if you can see like India, Japan, Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan, basically these are the entities with quite long history of IGT. So they are covering a lot of parts. And however, for the short-term experience, we also have few, because you need to understand for ICX, the difference that we are not suggesting you to focus sales based on the field and sub-products is because, help me to click. Yeah, it's because we need to really focus on duration and company sector based, rather than we are putting, okay, our focus, our key supply is only for marketing. So I go to every company to sell, hey, we have marketing talent, do you want that? It's not working like that. Yeah. So that is the key takeaway for you guys to understand how you should adjust your sales and planning in the next coming months. Yeah. Okay, so the next one is coming for the global teacher. So as you can see, for global teacher, regionally, we are the biggest supplier to all over the world. And then inside of this, you can see that we are focusing more on the long-term experience and mid-length experience. For short-term, it's super less. And the one highlight here is short-term experience. The minimum months for global teacher is 9 months, okay? So, and then if you check the next one, who is the top players for our GT in the region? For outgoing, we have Indonesia, India, and Pakistan. So something that you need to take notice is that because of the separation of GE and GT, India and Pakistan are the most applicants are coming from organically. So if you are running global teacher in this year, you can actually expect them, because after GE and GT combined together, I do believe that OGTE and OGTA together in India and Pakistan will be stronger than before. And also for incoming, as you can see, Vietnam, India, MOC has been the biggest suppliers in the region. For other entities are mainly taking over the BA and marketing and also IT and engineering. But however, the visa is the biggest concern for this product. For Vietnam and MOC especially, they are looking for more experienced profile. And I also have some suggestions. For example, if you are coming from a developing country, let's say Myanmar, Cambodia, and if you are interested to open IGT in the future, I think global teacher can be a really good option for you to explore. Yeah.
Cool. So next part coming into pipeline. So I just want to show you some data. It sounds a lot, right? So that's why you can go through with me. On the left-hand side is the overall, like how does our membership look like when they talking about the NPS, and the right-hand side is about members. So you'll be able to see some of the highlight is for GT, it has a higher NPS than GE. One of the reasons is because GT is a long-term internship, which currently, if the EP is still working in there, they will still working in there. Okay, you still have that EP at this point of time because their contract haven't ended and they will stay for a longer time. And that is one of the reasons that why GT has a higher NPS compared to GE. And for team leaders, right, they also have a higher NPS compared to member as well. And if you look into one red flag will be IGE members, like people are in red flag. And yeah, so that is the things that if you are IGE, if you have a commission from IGE, really take look into it and trying to interview your member before you go to your planning to see how's the motivation of the members look like and how's the experience look like. The second part would be about like progression. So in terms of progression, you'll be able to see for these are all members from different functions. Okay, so you'll be able to see RGE, although the members' experience is not that good, but then we relatively have more members want to progress. One of the assumptions is because like people usually want to have like people who score not very high, score high but very less, but then those are people maybe have a higher chance to progress. So you'll be able to see actually RGE progression is quite good, and for GTs both of them are average. Okay, but one of the reference is OGE. So if you're going to have a function from OGE like commission right now, really look into it to foresee like how would be the next 6-month pipeline look like. One of the reasons may be because of the change management itself, so like people maybe feel frustrated about the future of the product. So make sure your onboarding process of the change management need to be good. So in terms of finance, I will be looking into one of the summary here sounds a lot, right? So I will just briefly explain to it. Based on the projection from AI, one of the things you can see is like on GV, no matter in the best situation or even in the best situation, we're still running loss on that. Especially we cannot cover indirect costs. But for GT, no matter in what situation that for UNWT presents, like we will still able to running in profit, and that is one of the reasons that why we can see GT can hold us like being more financial advantage compared to GV.
Okay, so in the last part, it's taking Connie's and Philia's money. yeah, she eat a lot. Okay, so for GE and GT change management, so as you can see, this is the current overall progress, and then because this one is updated from your successor in last month, in last middle of the month. So by next week, we are going to have the updated version. So you can always come to our working sheets. I will send you later. And then there are some red flags that you can take notice on. Is first to take input from qualitative analysis. So if you have already checked what your predecessor has been done for the qualitative analysis, can you type yes in the group so we can know? Yeah. If you have read it, then please type yes. If you haven't, please type no. Okay, good job, Anga, Jia, Michael, Julie, and Red. No. Oh, Ritvik, you need to work on this, okay? Ming, Eliza, amazing. Yeah, this is not only for GT, for other GV pips also works because your predecessors are working it together. So make sure that you do work on that, and your role is to validate the inputs, okay? And second one is about persona refreshment. So do you know your entity is working on that or not? If yes, then yes. If no, then no. And do you know that? Okay, yes, yes, yes. Okay, amazing. So we also sent you the global persona. If you haven't really started to do the research, you can check the newsletter. And the pre-attraction mapping between 1920 and 2021, this is only for GT. You are supposed to open a sheet with your predecessor together, which we also downscale in the last commission core. But if you haven't finished it, it's okay because we're going to have a session tomorrow for you to finish it. Yeah, so that's all for the GT change management progress. And then you can see who is the ranking one. So we have Malaysia, Myanmar, and also Vietnam, Sri Lanka, and Taiwan. These are the entity generally has a very good process in the GT change management. And for India, Indonesia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Korea, Philippines, you need to work on it harder or maybe update the checker. Yeah, so thank you so much for this part. And there are the call to action. First, to complete your pricing research and also submit your price to ASCII to update on platform. So if you open your global newsletter, yeah, just to check, make sure that you are going to submit your price before you do attraction, okay? Yeah.
Cool. So now coming to key success.
Yeah, so this one is a very exciting part that for you to know. Before we start operation, actually our GT is really recovering back with the situation that our key players, for example, MOC is stopping the operation. So you need to know how difficult this goal with achievement mean for IGT and OGT in AP this year, okay? And then as you can see, our key MOS percentage of approved to realize has been growing a lot. You need to know that 5 years ago, this data is around like 60%. But however, right now we are 86% and we are like ranking the second region on globally. While in 5 years ago, we are the last one. We are the last one in approved to realize conversion. So yeah, good job to you guys if you were GT commission before. Yeah.
Cool. Now coming to the GE commission, it was doing a great job as well in AP. So we're able to see in the last fish peak for OGE, we has been growing a lot. We overachieved our goal and we overachieved for 62.1%. And in terms of realization, we also overachieved for 31.9% as well. Good job if you are OGE. Most of the entity are growing. I'm so proud of you. And in terms of IGE, although we have found some slightly drop, but then actually we have more entity aligned with GE principle. So that's why it will be more easy for them in terms of the changes happening right now for GGT change management. And you'll be able to see for the conversion rate, right? 84, I think, accept to approve is not that low already, but now we are even improving to 94.1%. Good job for your IR management. And in terms of GVA approval, we are also achieving 7.4% as well. So that's why RG, you guys has been doing a great job as well. Cool.
Amazing.
Yes. Cool. So now coming into the very next part. So what does this really mean, right, to us? And here I want to show you one of the screenshot. Sounds very blurry, right? Yeah, that is the reason. There's a reason behind it. Is the one of the video from the PAI Florence in IPM 2013. At that time, there's a video called Why I Say. It's a very nice one. Personally, I watched it for a few times already. If you want to watch it, then you can go there. And this is one of the screenshots like at that time on the slide. So I screenshot for you guys, and you'll be able to see when it was 2013 at that time, GV is actually not yet really happening at that time, and we were only focusing on GT. And even though we were only focusing on GT, you'll be able to see that our goals were super high, and we want to achieve 600,000 of GT experience within 5 years. And it sounds, compared to right now, it sounds very optimistic, right? But at that time, actually, we think that it was really quite possible, and we really want to drive that happen. So you'll be able to see actually when you're trying to put more resources to GT like before, we actually have a chance that to reach a higher goal for GT. Yeah.
Yeah, and then as you can see in here, this was in the past 3 years about the GT and GE opportunities open situation in the region. So as you can see, we are always the highest one. But however, I cannot guarantee you this data is true because we also have the situation that some entity is duplicated opportunity. If you are doing so, can you type yes in the group? Are you duplicating the opportunities? So if you were doing that, it's okay because you make this chart, more beautiful, right? But in the next year, please make sure that you are not doing that. But as you can see, the why that we are putting this chart to you is that we want to tell you the reason, the height of this chart means that what is the market needs of the Asia Pacific, and we are not doing our best. Because if we really check market share in each entity, we know that there are still millions of the company we haven't been contacted. So that is something that you really need to take note on, that after we combine it together, how powerful we can be in the future. Next. Yes, but long time ago. Good job, Andrew. Amazing. And this is our reality. So we only take this as for GT, because but if we also add the GE performance, then for IGT it's dropping around 30%, and then for OGT is actually growing a lot. But the reason that we are showing for the GT is because first of all, after we combine it together, because we have less capacity, HR capacity compared with last year, like how we were running GE and GT as a separate product before, right? So we really need to think about it. If we are under the situation of the less HR capacity, then how we are going to choose our focus program for you to win? Like for IGT, which company and sectors will you going to focus? What will be the major suppliers that you are going to focus to improve your process time and conversion rate? Because that is the thing that company cares the most. And for OGT, how you are going to really make sure that you understand for the graduates, fresh graduates, and also even the more younger stage, how they will be choosing for the different fields. And do you really know about in different fields, what is the knowledge and capacity level the company is benchmarking? So that's the thing that for you to work on and trying to answer, because it's been very long time, like 5 years, we are not running GT like this. So you are going to be the first generation that's going back to that time, but with more resources. Yeah. Next.
Cool. So now coming here, I want to share one of the recent sharing that from MCP of Japan. Any delegate from Japan is here. So I hope you still remember your MCP, Masaki. Okay, he's a very special person that he always share in the tribe. But I think one of the very good sharing like from him was like, he was talking about like why GT is even more relevant than before. Especially he looked into one of the case study, which is called Nissan. Like it's a sport car like manufacturer company, and the CEO was called Carlos at that time. So at that time, what was happening is in order to penetrate more market, actually they give up the high-end sport car called Fair Ladies set, and then afterward, what they do is like they have more like lower end sport car coming out. But that was at that time it leading them to in a very in a almost bankrupt situation. But at that time, what the CEO has been done is instead of keep doing a low end product, they decided to run the high-end sport car again called Fair Lady Set. For this, what happening is it helped them to restore the self-esteem of the company, and people feel proud to have that sport car again, because that's how it was created, the company, that where is the core values coming from. And it really impact a lot, because at the end of the day, people are feel more confidence on it, and that's why they even driving a better exchange result for the, sales car performance on that. And if you're looking into the situation of ISEC right now, it's quite similar. We are having financial issues. We are also driving less high-end product as well. But at the end of the day, you will able to see where does ISEC start. We start from internship, and that is the things that we proud of about. And if you were like go on GT before, you are international MC working for 1 year, I'm sure you guys know how much impact that you working abroad for a year or even more will change your life completely compared to it. Because for GV, it will be a relatively shorter one to kickstart your leadership. But for GT, it will gonna be the one that who really soak into that, like in the situation for 1 year, it gonna change how you think, how you believe, and it's gonna change people's life. That's why GT is very important. And why here I'm telling you is, it's not only about this concept, but what I want to tell you is, we are looking forward to have people like this. If you're running GT, we are looking forward to have people that who will be think bigger, dream bigger, and they have the holistic view to see the whole picture of it. Instead of only looking into our short end win, we also looking into like what's the long-term benefit as well. And because of this, you'll be able to see like how the organization can evolve. And last but not least, really ask yourself, what is the core value when we're driving exchange? We need people that who really understand the core values that we can provide to our community, to our customer. And that's why we can impact the community, impact the world, and as well as impacting and changing our organization in ISEC. So we really hope that you will be this, be the next legend that within ISEC. Okay, GT Pips.
Yeah, and also, so as you can see, we have so many opportunities that's happening right now, right? As Xiaomei was sharing before, our partner still needs a lot of employment if they are in a growing sector. I'm not referring to the company who is facing the bank broken. I'm so sad for that. But we do have a lot of new business is emerging inside of the world. because of this coronavirus. And also a lot of people are facing the jobless right now, and they need to find a job to survive. And then what I believe in GT is that because of in this period of time, no one knows what will be the future look like. And then if we are only look into our own country, then probably we'll just be stuck, because everything that we can see in our country, I don't know, maybe for your country is developing or it's not, it's stuck in because of coronavirus, then people are just losing the hope. But then I think GT right now is really a program that is so powerful that can bring the hope to people, because it enables people to really learn about what can be the new business model. I can bring back to my own country to also help in the support to rebuild our country's economy. And at the same time, the experience that co-work with other, like let's say even I'm working in ISA right now, working with the people from different 7 countries in the regional office. I feel that, you know, when I go to the company, they will be surprised that how a young person can have this kind of experience working with so many countries of the people. So this will be a very cool softer skills and experience that's helping our young people to be a future leader in the business. Because if there is a next coronavirus coming in, we definitely need those kind of very agile, open-minded business leader with the global perspective, so we can ensure our business is sustained in the next level. So next, there is no excuse for us to say no to growth. I know that for GV people, you need to be sustainable because right now that is your priority. But for GT people, we have more responsibilities inside of this organization because we are going to become the cash cow. Like people are perceiving us as the cash cow for the next 5 years. So there's no excuse, no matter from work, like no matter from the opportunities that we are having, the global resources is going to be allocated to us. So I don't think there is there's excuse. And also in AP, we are in the best situation right now. Yeah, next. So the legend does not contradict the history. I'm not saying that, okay, this year, because we are going to be global focused, so we are going to do millions of exchanges after 5 years in AP. But however, what I want you to look back is about how we can know that after so many years, like, I don't know how many years exactly, but at least for 10 years fundamental of the GT inside of Asia Pacific. If you review your entities, strive for what, you can always find a lot of materials, documentations. When I visit Vietnam, Japan, there are so many contracts in their offices, like a mountain. So how we can actually really learn from our fundamentals, like foundation. And also, are you proactively to talk with the alumni who were really, you know, acting in the peak of the time that GT was really top. For example, especially India, Hong Kong, MOC, this kind of country. Have you already have this kind of conversations before, or you just choose to start everything from scratch, like believe your really short experience in ISEC? Yeah. So this is something that I want you to think about it, and then I really believe we are going to be the next legend. Yeah. Thank you, Ni. Yeah, that's exactly. Needs to be friendly to us, okay? And also be nice to GV as well, because they need to be really sustainable now. So thank you, marketing. Okay, so here comes to the way forward. So let's welcome Phileas.
Yes, here you'll be able to see this is the AI strategies like AI strategy objective. You'll be able to see in the coming 6 months, we'll focus on exchange operation recovery, and how we define is we were going to focus on GTa and GTe. So in terms of the matrix we have, we're going to look into realization of GTa and GTe. For this, so you will be able to see more details afterward when AI go through the planning process. So in the coming time, we'll talk more about the timeline and the scope here. So for June, you'll be able to see for OGT, you will be focusing on market research, S&D alignment, GT change management for LCs. While for marketing, no matter you're B2C or B2B, you're focusing on digital marketing setup, timeline planning, and also budget and market legislation. Yeah. So while for GT, we will look into, of course, pricing, research, output, finish your pre-attraction because your attraction is going to come. And also the same is like look into GT, change management for LC. Cool. So now looking into July, you'll be able to see like it will be 1 month before your term start. So we were going to focusing on for IGT, we will have partner attraction. Opening is expected to happen in July. So make sure you prepare for it. And also we will have S&D alignment as well for the opportunity. For OGT, we're going to have marketing OG synergy for attraction, sales education, and also S&D management for the new product. And in terms of B2C and B2B, we will look into campaign preparation, product packaging, and also promotion. So in terms of marketing, you can ask me for more, like RM marketing. Like she will always be in support with you guys. So for the next one, it will be about like for you guys, right? As MCPP elect, what are things that you can do? So for OGT, you will be looking into the market research and please really scheduling with your predecessor. So that's why you will be able to understand how was the whole process going on. What are the major things that you need to take into consideration? Secondly, will be also about IR building. APOP is a very good chance for you guys to build your IR and also do customer journey mapping, competitor analysis, as well as marketing OG attraction synergy. Okay. Strategies, yes. And for B2C marketing, we'll be focusing on design ecosystem, like please shadow yourself as well. Yeah, do it together and implement the ecosystem. Yeah, okay. So you will be the one who mainly handle it, elect. So for I6, Connie, do you want to explain it?
Okay, so for I6, as you can see, the difference of validation and shadowing is because external marketing will change a lot. So you need to really have a habit to always check which sector is growing and then also predict. I think projection for this is more important because you can already see, like, for example, the trend of stock or like the government investment or which company has got some more fundings. So you can always to project what will be the growing next and then start to do research and sector understanding. And then other than that, it's pretty similar with OGT. And then for the different thing for B2B marketing here, I was proposing for B2B marketing strategy learning, competitor analysis, especially for our competitor channel and strategy. I will also mention it tomorrow in the attraction strategy, and then also persona building and attraction strategy. So these are the things that we will be doing differently between B2C and B2B marketing because we basically didn't have very strong foundation as what we have in B2C marketing. Yeah.
Cool. So that's all for this session. We really hope that like we will see more like Masaki, like people like Masaki who really think big, dream big, and really hope that like we will bring GT to be the cash cow of ISA and let's recover together. Okay. So that's all for today. Connie, anything you want to wrap up?
No, thank you so much, people. Amazing. Bye.
Bye. So let's pass back the time to Nii, the QT.
Okay, guys. So I think you guys can have like 1 minute to wrap up the learning. Hi, so you can wrap up the learning and then we can start with the marketing stage and context. Okay. Can we have some music?
Okay. I will have to stop the screen share for a while, for 1 minute, and then I will.
Wake up in the morning, all systems on go. Cause I got goals and I won't take no for an answer. Got the grace of a dancer, the heart of a panther. I don't understand you. It puts in your vocab, I cannot quote that. I want this so bad, I cannot go back. I cannot back down, I will not give up. You versus me, huh? I say good luck. You don't want this problem, cause I don't do it unless I go full throttle. And I might throw it on Instagram, just to show you what the difference is. For instance, I'm up with the roosters, outrun the runners, outshoot the shooters. Look in the mirror, hey girl, let's do this. My only competition is myself. That's why I keep some trophies on the shelf. it, I'm just getting started. It's time to sweat. Another rep, another set. Oh yeah, another lap, another mile. About to turn up the dial. I'm in the gym making me proud. Then I'm on the track holding it down. Know where my girls at? Let's go hard and show the world that anything they could do, we could do better. Just do it together. And fellas not part of the plan.
Okay, guys. Okay, so guys. So we're gonna start now. Let me share my screen. Okay, and so that you are here. And okay, so let's have some animation. Oh wait, I think I haven't said the. You see, I'm very low tech. Okay, so welcome everyone to the session of marketing, current state, and the context. And I know that you are a little bit tired right now, but then the session is gonna be very fast. Okay, so this is gonna be the session about marketing, current state, and context. And this is me. So I'm just going to introduce about myself a little bit. So currently I am the regional manager of marketing of RO. So in the upcoming year, I'm gonna be, if the structure is not changing, I'm gonna manage the B2C marketing and OJEX. And in the past, I used to be MCVP OGV of Vietnam. Thank you. And it was a very amazing term. And I also OCB you speak that I also see the member of You Speak here. It was a very fucked up You Speak, but very amazing at the same time. And then in the past, I actually do a lot of job. In the past, I'm kind of multi-job person. Like I used to do marketing for OGV, GT, and GE at the same time. And then I also, in the middle of the term, I go to do OGV marketing and sales. And yeah, so that's where my experience in ISEC so far. And even before that, I also have several experience about marketing. So just for you to know who we talking about in this. Okay, so in this session, the expectation that you can have is you can understand the significant role of marketing in the current state. And then from that, you can make the change for your marketing. Because I know that right now there's a lot of changes happening and marketing need to play a very important role. So we're gonna go through before the pandemic, how's it going? The current context of the pandemic, and right now after the pandemic, what is the changing in the role of marketing so that we can support them better, the direction of global, and finally in making a change. Cool. So now let's talk about before pandemic. So what is our marketing current state before the pandemic? I just want to ask you, you can text in the box chat. What is the conversation of marketer before the pandemic mostly about? Oh, sorry. This is so lame. Wait, why I cannot see the text? Okay, it's fine. Okay, yeah, I think that most of you answer. Wait, I cannot see the text. Why? Increase product our program, B2B reach, attract more lead. Yes, correct. So the thing that we talking about before the pandemic, we mainly talk about how many sign-up we have so far. And then I think this is the question that the GV and GT person, you asking marketing all the time. And you asking them a lot of time. And before the pandemic happened, this is what the AI global direction about. So before the pandemic, what AI is striving to do with marketing is they're gonna focus on the leadership in our brand. With ISEC campaign, have a strategic and customized strategy, marketing at local level, new playbook and new product branding. And also in the regional context, I'm gonna give you some data about it. This is the total the amount of entity implement the global campaign in the summer. There's still some entities still adapting in the progress. And then this is the percentage of B2C SOB implementation in the region before the pandemic. So it's improved a lot with previous year, because what I know, even in previous year, a lot of marketing come to me and asking what is the B2C SOP. So I know that it's improved. And also, this is the amount of the entity that piloting the customer landing page with AI in the lead nurturing project so far. We have like 12 entities, which is play tech up half of the global entity. And then before the pandemic, the context is the marketing and OGV synergy is our strength. And basically, if you, maybe a lot of you don't know, but then when I just on term as RO, I was the RA marketing and OGV. So that I mainly manage marketing OGV at the same time, because marketing OGV is the how say the synergy that the regional director want to drive it, and our region very focused on GV also. But then, which is at the same time, we are lacking of the talent for OTT to grow the product. And then the situation is based on the research that I talking with the MCDB. I see that only 30 of the entity in AB actually have the sign up from the digital marketing. And then the rest of the entity mainly we're using physical attraction as the key channel for marketing. And then also 6%. So before the pandemic happened, this is the estimate number of the marketing investment in the region. And as you can see here, the gap of marketing investment is very high among the entity. I'm not showing here to say that which entity is rich and which entity is poor, okay? Don't mislead. But what I'm trying to say is you can look into this number to understand that with the same amount of exchange, are you investing the right number or not? And based on the thing that I observed in talking with the entity, I see that a lot of entity invest less than 6% of the gross revenue for marketing performance. But then the 6% is the minimum of the investment that you need to spend for marketing. And especially for the small and medium entity, this amount is even lower, because we had the assumption that, because we don't need a lot of sign-up, so we don't need to invest a lot. But then actually for big entity, they can invest like around 6% or 10%. But then for small and big entity, they need to invest like around 10 or 12 or even 20%. So this is something that happened between among in the region context before the pandemic happened. Cool. So the responsibility of marketing at that time were focused on the product, focused on the brand, the network management, the network capacity, and focus on the growth of the entity. So in this part, I just want to let you have 1 minute to have time to look in, to reflect on, okay, so do you think that before the pandemic, whether your marketing have a good health or not, whether your marketing is supporting the growth of the product or not, are they supporting GV or they supporting GT properly? Yeah, so I'm gonna let you you can write down or you can note it down in some place. So 1 minute start. Okay, so so I think you don't need to share. You can just have the time to reflect on your own, and you can type down in any place or write on your notebook to see that based on the regional context, do you have a healthy marketing context or not? But then in the next part, I'm gonna let you know about what's gonna be the role of marketing if we cannot talk about startup anymore. So right now, as you already know, that right, we have the pandemic happen, right? And we have a lot of internal and external environment that affect to the customer and the marketing strategy. What you can see in the external context is right now, the customer, the new habits is established. So the decision making process also gonna change, which means that some behavior that we can see in the customer right now is they always want to stay informed. They have the online community behavior they change in the behavior, and also they don't want to purchase for the expensive service, or they don't go to offline shopping anymore. They're gonna have the online purchase, and then they always stay awake on the social media. And then the second behavior that we can see is everything's gonna be online, and that is the reason why at home service, and that is the reason why at home service and how to say, the delivery gonna be the thing that appear, and that's why you see a lot of e-commerce company, they start delivering, they very developed in this period of time because this is what they are good at. And then we also see that right now the keyword of the current context is people concerned the most about digital transformation, economic decline, channel transformation, demand recovery of, for example. And also the learning in 2020 is people learn to see how they can be flexible and agile of decision making, how to keep the cash flow good, how to drive O2O transformation. And this is the keyword that I get from the report of Asia Pacific report. So which means in our regional context, this is one of the most concern that not only ASEC, but then every company around the region also have the same concern. And because of that, I would like to let you introduce you to the concept about new normal. So right now, based on the everything that's gonna change and everything that's gonna happen, we cannot stop operation and we cannot stop doing trading. And because of that, people learn to live in a new normal. So a new normal is unfamiliar or not a typical situation that have become standard or usual or become as expected as right now. So everything that you look before, you think that it's gonna be weird in the past. Everything that you think that is not right things in the past, then it's gonna be a thing that look very, very, very normal right now. So it's totally different to what we used to know, and which means in the current context, the thing that not only ASEC, but then a lot of company and marketing outside, they're also concerned about is how can we ensure the brand always stay relevant? How can we keep relationship with customer? How can we, whether our digital marketing ecosystem is strong, or how we can move from a physical to a virtual event effectively, for example. So as you can see that not only in us, but then also in a lot of companies, they also have the same concern. And also for the product people, as you can see that right now, the challenge for marketing people, it become more and more challenging to promote about the product we are doing. And because of that, we need to redefine what is the role of marketing in this context. Because when we cannot talk about sign up or the conversion rate or the average, then it's gonna be a totally different story. So what I want you to remember is when we talk about brand, it's not only the role of marketing, it's the role of the product, and role marketing and product together, we deliver the product and we showing and we make the brand alive. And why I'm saying this is because what matters to our brand right now, and especially in ASEC leadership brand, is we need to be changing. For example, in the past, we only talk about, oh, GV is good, GT is good, ASEC is very good. We talk about ourselves, but then right now we need to act like a leader in the market. And we are doing GV, we are doing GT, not because we want to grow. We need to see whether this product gonna be the solution of the market or not. So we act like a leader. Or for example, instead of in the past, we have competitor in the market. But then right now, brand need to think on how you can partnership with a lot of people to leverage the brand, and you can also stay aligned with the context. And I want you to remember that I said we're always striving for BNF, and the organization goal will not change in any context. And at the role of marketing and product, our brand is leadership, and leadership will always stay relevant in any context. And because of that, there's no reason if we cannot do sign up, then we need to think about, okay, then what is actually the thing that matter to us? And because of that, the new role of marketing in the new normal right now is we need to answer the key 4 questions. First, about marketing for brand. How can we relevant to our product to make it stay relevant? How we can make the brand always stay relevant? Second, how marketing can focus on the profitable product for organization. So which means, should we focus on GV or should we focus on GT? This is the thing that as a brand, we need to do analysis to understand. The next one is marketing for BD. Marketing for BD, which means how marketing can become an asset for asset recovery. For example, marketing partnership with BD so that we can create a new revenue stream. And then marketing for entity is about how marketing can follow the entity new strategy, because it's gonna be changed, I'm for sure. And the role of marketing is not talking about, oh, I want to have more sign up, but the role of marketing is talking about how marketing can contribute to this part. And based on this, AI also have the collaboration for marketing in general for B2C, so that we can see what can be the thing that we do in the new normal. So first, what you can see is for the global campaign, we change the timeline and we also change the campaign message to adapt with the new context, which is playing for later with Isaac. And also we have the membership campaign revolution, so that because we cannot do offline marketing anymore, so we also change and adapt with the new context. And then from AI side, as you can see lately, that we're talking about You Speak Survey, Speak Up Challenge, and we talk about Global Leadership Day, which is happening right now. And everything here is the efforts of marketing on how we can focus with BD to bring revenue. So as a national marketing people, you can think about how you can focus on BD event to bring more revenue stream for entity. And then for the product side, the focus right now is OGTa and OGTe gonna be the profitable product and gonna be the focus for the organization starting for the next term. And because of that, marketing need to adapt and to see how you can contribute to this part. And also brand refreshment gonna be launched in IC, which is you're gonna see it very soon. For GV, as you can see that our role gonna be how we can support GV in maintain the performance. So if as marketing, if you want to support for the GV product, we need to see what is the thing that we need in place to do GV, or what's gonna be the threat and the opportunity that we have gonna see in the internal and externally, so that we can support for GV. And then how if we prioritize GV, but then what's gonna be the thing that we need to do to maintain the performance. So the role of, and as a regional office, we are also support entity in digital marketing ecosystem, have the development guide for you to see what is the thing that you can develop right now. Because as you remember, digital transformation is one of the keywords of 2020. And this is something that AB marketing is striving to support the entity to build the capacity, so that when I have the global direction, we can implement the global direction. And further is about the market research consultancy, community marketing, and support the entity building the customer landing page. So to sum up in this part, the main thing that you can remember is marketing role is driving the marketing sales funnel and driving the communication strategy. But then both of these parts need to driving for one entity goal, because marketing objective have to should always be viewed to achieve the entity goal, which is the business objective. And no matter what the strategy is changing, or no matter what the thing is different, marketing always gonna have different role. So it's not gonna be only the conversation about sign up. Okay, so right now the next part that we're gonna look into is, it's not gonna be a lot, but then just to sum up with you about the thing that I'm just mentioned here, because it's worth a lot, right? So we understand that before the pandemic, the state of marketing in healthy or not, based on your entity context, based on the regional situation, and based on the data that I showing you, you invest enough resource for marketing. And if any actually, and if any entity that you think that because of pandemic is my marketing become weaker, then actually not. The COVID-19 is just like a slap in our face so that we can see that are we healthy or not. That's it. But then if we become so weak right now, which means that actually the whole organization in or your entity actually were not that strong enough to handle the crisis. But then it's also very normal. The next part is I'm showing you the key data and the key context about the new normal. So we understand that everything right now may look different than what we used to know. So which means that we cannot expect to have a normal performance. We cannot expect to have a normal strategy creation, but we need to always think about how we can adapt to the current situation instead of just planning for the context. Because for sure it's gonna be, we need to learn to adapt and grow in any context. And then after pandemic, as you can see that we talk about the role of marketing is changing. So we're not just talking about the product, we're just not talking about a short-term plan, but we also need to look into the entity goal. What is the big things that entity need to focus? And marketing have to be the thing that's driving for it. And update on the global direction of marketing. And you can see the big picture about what is globally and also regional is supporting you to heading toward. So in this part, what I want you to asking yourself is what are the chances that you want to make for your marketing entity? So also in this part, I'm gonna give you 1 minute so that you can also reflect and you can list down maybe the 2 or 3 things that you want to change for your entity. You can note it down, you can draw it on your laptop in any way. Okay, so 1 minute, gonna start. Cool. You can have about 10 seconds. Okay. Ew. Okay. Okay, cool. I think that you already think in your mind of what is the thing that you want to share to change, right? I just want to have like 2 people to open your mic and share for other people that what is the thing that happened in your mind and what is the thing that you want to share. You want to change, yeah. Anyone? Anyone you want to share?
I can share last.
Okay.
Yeah. So the changes I want to make for my national marketing is like I want to like we can know the trends of the customer behavior change in the future, and then we can like plan for the long term developments for our entities, so that we can make all of the products achieve the purpose. For example, vAPOP achieve the sustainable purpose, and for GTa or GTe's growth. And that's for me.
I see. Cool. Maybe my marketing would have a better idea since I'm RGV. Okay. Anyone else? You want to share? Don't worry, just share.
Yeah, I will share.
Nice.
Yeah, like for Isaac in Myanmar, like we need to do, like more investment in marketing, like in terms of like HR, in terms of like financial. After that, like as you said, as you already said, like we are changing like 70-30, 17 to digital and 30 to physical, right? So like more digital ecosystem, and like we need to build more digital ecosystem. And then like right now, like we are focusing with more like OGV, but in the future, like we ensure like maybe our focus product would be like OGT or OGE. So like more synergy planning and scenario planning. Like those kind of changes I'd like to make for my entity. Yeah, that's
I see. Okay, thank you. Anyone want to share?
I think I want to share.
Mm.
Okay, like for me, I think like the change that I want to make for my entities is like to finalize the digital ecosystem, because like right now it's really like we do a lot of thing in digital, but it's not finalized yet. So I think it's first to finalize and then invest more in marketing for product, especially for the OGTA and OGTE, because now it's a key product. And we should focus on. And the next is develop the byline and the people to ensure that they have like enough capacity to adapt with the change of the global. Yeah, from me.
Nice.
Thanks.
Cool. Okay, thank you for the setting from everyone. What I can see the key, the most keyword is about also digital marketing. I think it's gonna be very relevant not only for B2C but also for B2B, because in the whole digital ecosystem, it can support not for both B2C strategy and also for B2B infrastructure. Because in the future, what I read from a lot of report is right now partner also want to go to social media and also LinkedIn or other online platform to access to assets, not only the offline anymore. So I think this is some key thing that not only the concern of me, but also the concern of many entities here. And I think this is the time for us to really make a change. And then at the same time, what I want you to notice is when you want to make any change for marketing, then you need to look into what are the factors that you have to consider when you make a change. So I think that most of you already know about it, but I will just talk about it again, like the ACA change management plan model. So if you want to make any kind of change in marketing right now, you need to understand that we need to see what is the part of marketing is not going right, and we want to change, which is something that we just practice right now, so that you can look into globalization, you can look into regional context, you can look into external context and the report. Then based on this kind of thing, you can see what is the thing that we are not going right. And then the second thing is very important is for marketing side. For marketing, this is not the change that marketing have to do with yourself, but it have to be the change that marketing and the product do together. Because what I say from beginning is how to build a brand have to come in from the effort of both marketing and the product. And we need to build a momentum for the network to make the change, because they're gonna be the key people that make the implementation. And I know that it's gonna be very hard for you in managing the network, especially when you make any kind of big change. So at the same time, just want to remind that if you want to make any change, you need to make them understand about clarity of why, rather than just telling them to do a checklist. Because if we just give them a checklist, they would disagree with what we are striving to do. And everyone have a good intention. So we need to collaborate on this part. And the next part is usually if you want to make any kind of change in marketing, because right now as you can see the role of marketing is a lot of things that you need to support BD, product, TM, any kind of thing. So if you want to do a lot of change, you need to have knowledge. So this is very, very important, because I need to assume that not only in AP, but then the biggest concern that I have for Isaac in general is our knowledge in marketing is very, very not strong. But then if we don't have in marketing, if we don't have knowledge, then it's very hard for us to implement it. And in terms of knowledge and also capacity, let's pay more attention into the digital marketing infrastructure, which is the ecosystem that we're talking about. the quality of the marketing specialists. So do you have any kind of like specialist in the entity or not? The structure and the member of the marketing, because we don't have a lot of resource, right? So we need to choose the right focus. And also based on the data that I just showed you that we invest very less for marketing. Let's rethink about how we can invest more for marketing, because if we want to grow, we should not saving money for marketing, to be honest. The role, we usually have a joke like the role of marketing is using the money. So you don't need to invest a lot, but then you need to invest more, and especially for small entity and for the new product GT. When you launching the new product, you need to know that you need more money than you used to spend, and so that you can grow. And then the rest is action and reinforce and the change. So that's gonna be the main thing that I want you to aware and want you to remember. And the final key message that for this marketing context is startup is not the only thing that we're gonna aiming for, because marketing have much more potential to contribute toward the entity goal. If entity want to focus on OTT, we're gonna focus on OTT. We can do it. We will do it. If entity want to support ITV and OTV to be more sustainable, we can do it. Marketing can do it. Or even if BD want to support, marketing actually can do it. So actually, we need to think more than just the number of sign-up. And then, at the end of the day, marketing should always make the brand leadership of ISEC stay alive and contribute for the entity goal. Because in any cap, because what I say, what I show you, if right now we cannot do exchange in the pandemic, we still can have like global leadership day, for example. We give value for them, we teach them about leadership. We have the youth speak challenge. We make the people to speak up for themselves, for example. And also in entity, I see a lot of entity doing many activity. And at the end of the day, what we need to do is we need to make the brand of leadership stay alive in any context. And that is also gonna be the key message for the session. I just want to know that if you have any question or if you want to ask something. I see Min asked about the result data, right? I can send for you about the article. It's the article for China market and also Asia Pacific of OTV. Yeah. Okay, marketing is so cool. Nigina gonna take funding money. Okay, cool. Do you have any? Great. So, are you ready, marketing, to make the entity grow? Just so some excitement. Yay!
Yay! I'm ready.
Yay!
Yay!
Yes, marketing more ready than ever. Okay.
Yes,
cool.
we are ready.
Yes.
Like a poon.
Cool, like a poon. So, if you don't have any question, even I give you so excited. Yes, I really love this. Yes. So, if you have any question, you can text me or you can always asking me about, oh, I want marketing to support me in ITV or IGT. Then how? Then we can always do it. Yeah. Okay, Andre, you want to share? Yeah. Let's go.
Yes, I just want to share one story from my entity, especially for marketing, for digital marketing for IGT. Because like at the first time it seems not so related, but it's actually have a lot of impact on the operation of IGT. Because for IGT, previously we do a pretty good job on like kind of operation, but just one thing is that the brand of ISEC and brand of IGT in the business side is not so good, because they always consider ISEC and consider IGT as like at an HR agency for them to recruit people, but not a leadership, what we aim for at the end of the day. So in the previous one, my predecessor said doing something about digital marketing, and like one important purpose of them is to like create the brand awareness within the partner pool, the partner market, about like how to position ISEC as a leadership organization, and at the same time, like we can, for example, like we can position ourselves as an organization to provide the qualified intern to come there for teaching, and at the same time that EP can deliver the leadership and also the partner can be the enabler for them to develop the leadership within the community also. So the progress is pretty good right now, and I strongly believe that digital marketing can also be a way to for us to amplify our branding as a youth leadership organization. Yeah. So that's just a
Amazing.
really good impression of me about the B2B marketing.
Yes, amazing. I totally agree because I think that marketing is not just B2C. Marketing is also gonna be support for both B2B a lot. The only thing right now is both as a global organization, we are, to be honest, we are kind of slow behind behind of what the organization is doing. Like for example, organization already do IGT B2B in social media a lot. And this is gonna be something that that I'm not gonna have any connection, but then I'm gonna give you perspective so that based on this part, you can open the mind about the marketing and you can see how you can do even more. So thank you for very amazing Sari. I think the time is up right now, so I think I'm gonna end the session here. Okay. Philip, do you have any announcement?
No, but we have the next section. Is a section that connects to the above three section. Is called like way forward conclusion. Okay, so now will be the time for Connie. So let's.
Yay! Hello, people. How are you?
It's you again.
Okay. Yeah, it's me again. Ha ha ha.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, Nee, for the important marketing sessions. And then I hope that, yeah, marketing people, you are really important to us.
Thanks, guys.
No product can grow without marketing.
True.
Yes.
True.
Okay, guys, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yep.
Amazing. So I know, so I will guarantee you we are going to finish on time and you are going to have lunch or I don't know, breakfast maybe for the GMT 5.5 people. Haha. Yeah, so let's start with way forward session and okay. Yeah, so the space of this objective is that it's a space where for you to design, digest the information presented and identify the ways forward with your entity. So it will be a good and I hope that will be a very warm time for you to meet up with your MCs because I know you must miss them a lot. So let's start with a little bit quick checking, like how are you right now? You can just type in the group. Yeah. So how are you feeling after the current sessions? Okay. Hungry, calm, sad, hungry, woohoo, hungry. Me too. That's why I want to end this session faster. And then I design a special session for you. Okay. So let's do a quick recap. First of all, for GV, here is the key way forward from our FASI. And I'm so sorry that my laptop is dark right now, but it's okay because we can see Ni's face here and you can also see Raj. And then there is Benny, and then, oh yeah, it's coming. Okay, yeah, it's the time for me to introduce these important people. So there are 4 principles in order for us to run GV again in the future, and stay tuned for day 3 and day 4, which is tomorrow with our Miss Gina. And then we are going to need to identify what the threats and opportunities we have internally and externally. So that's why when you look into the agenda, there will be a lot about like SWOT analysis and then what are the things that we need to identify in the pre-attraction, we need to post back. And at the same time, we really need to look into exploring GT to run in the entity and allocating resources from GV to GT. So when I read this sentence from Gina, I was really touched because I was also coming from GV background, right? Yeah, it's really, I mean, I can never imagine because we take GV as a focus so granted, like, and then also it's very challenging for an entity to make decision that I'm going to focus on GT in the past. So I know that this probably is not something probably for most of us, we need to take some time to digest with this information. But if we think from an organization perspective, then we know what are the right things that we need to choose, right? rather than we choose something it's just we want to do. Yeah. So give applause to our GV people to stay with us for a very long time with GT and marketing session, and then they are also proactively listen about the changes, and then they are reactive a lot with us. So thank you so much, GV people. And for GTA, first the product here, and we have all the tools to start the performing. You can check in here. It's a very important link that I hope you can always save it. And then the second one is time to prove the relevance of internship program and deliver a huge sales pitch, because right now the economy is actually not that bad, you know, the world is still going, and then everything is recovering. So it's just us feel bad, you know, but other people are just working as normal. So don't feel bad. Don't feel like everything is going to be crashed. And look into how to adjust resources and allocation with MC 1920 and 2021. So I think you need to really learn from GV people how they were manage the synergy, especially between marketing and also other function. Let's say maybe OD, TM, even finance. So it's very important to learn how to synergize with them, because in the past, like for me, right, like I never really do synergy with me before because it's only about GV. So I usually do it by myself, or I do it with Philia. So that's how we do all of the things, right? So right now, I have me to support, and I also, if you can see the IAM structure, we have Phileas and me to manage this inside and outgoing side. It's like, wow, perfect. So learn to do that, because we are so used to do everything by ourselves. And also finish GT change management, kick off attraction, and be the next engine. So your predecessor has been done really good job in terms of the progress compared with other region. We are really, really on the track. So really make sure you are going to sustain their legacy and also be the next engine. IGT was called isolated island. That's actually true. And also, this is the most important function that we are needed right now in the ISEC, because we really need the consumer insights, right? And marketing people, they are innovative. They know everything about market. I suppose you should be knowing that. So sign up is not the only thing that we are aiming for. Marketing has much more potential to contribute, such as focus on OGT, OGA, and also BD, a lot of things, right? And that second part is marketing objective should always be built to achieve the entity goal. Yeah, business objective. So right now you need to be more focused, because I have a little bit marketing experience before, and I really like campaign innovative things. So there are a lot of brilliant ideas like inside or outside of the ISEC. But right now what we need to do is really focus on our business objective. It's not that, you know, we can always invest the campaign without a lot of ROI after that. We are just making it for fun, and it looks cool, it looks fancy, that's all. No, marketing, you need to focus on the business objective. And I said we always strive for our peace and fulfillment of humankind's potential, and also our brand. But how you are going to do that, how you are going to you know, shape our program to relevant and attractive under the current context. I think this is the power of marketing people, because product people know how we should design the service, how we should run the operation, and then design the customer flow. But marketing people can always have the magic to make it attractive and loved by more people. So yeah, that's the key way forward and highlights from the context. It's different way forward, like it's not like call to actions, but I hope that these things can really can always be stick with you. And then yeah, so bring back, I have 4 minutes left. This is a challenging. So what does it mean for my entity? And so I will just open one slot for you to share. How do you feel about the changes? And what does that mean to my entity? Yeah, so I just share what I feel about the GV, and is there anyone also want to share with us? How do you feel about the overall changes happen in all of the function and product?
Hi, Connie. I'd like to share.
Hi, Eliza. Welcome.
Hi. Okay. So, firstly, hearing about the fact that global talent is finally being considered as a product overall that can make a difference is very meaningful to me. It's something that makes me very happy personally. I've been working in incoming global talent for the last 2.5 years. I started as a member, TLD, director, LCVP, and now I'm the MCVP for it. So it feels really nice to know that the product will be making a difference and that it's the way forward for ISEC. And otherwise, I have huge respect for the Global Volunteer Commission as well, for them to really work with us in this and take the step forward and understand that it's about sustainability for them. And the way they're accepting this, it's really nice, and it makes my heart really happy that we're all working together to make a difference in ISEC and make the world a better place. So yeah.
Thank you so much for the sharing. I really like the idea that we should work together. Okay, so I think I can still go with one more person. Anyone want to share? You can raise up your hand, but I didn't see that. Okay, so just open your mic if you want to share. Why Tina is laughing about me? Oh yeah, because I want them to share, right? Okay, it's fine. I guess everyone is very hungry, so we are going with the next one, the special part, not this one. Okay, so first one is about don't take change personally. I think this was happened to me before, to me and Phileas, about a lot of things. For example, GE is going to be done, and I'm going to change the, I'm going to change my JD, right? I'm not just only manage GT. No, I will not manage a product, together as a whole, but I'm going to separate my job with someone. So sometimes I feel like, hey, I don't like this, because I'm not really good at synergize, as I mentioned to you before. But then at the same time, if we really think about what is needed, as I mentioned before, we know what is the right thing and right choice that we need to do for the entity. And I believe that all of you are selected. Like there are a lot of sub process behind of your MCP, and those decisions made by you or made by your team or made by your MCP wasn't that easy. And also it's not easy for AI to make this sudden decision. So don't take that change personally. And the second thing, sorry, because you need to understand after Zoom is updated, right? It's very bad. Okay. This is the surprise. And then we have limitless miles to go. So of course, it's a very, very long way to go for this overall change process. It's not that easy for us to figure out the answer in short term. But I believe that after 1 year or after 1 quarter, you will realize how powerful you can be, because this is the meaning for you to stay with ISEC, to realize your potential. And thanks for Andrew for your sharing. So next time, okay, last minute. So that's why I prepare a launch time to you. So our tech guru, Serafina, has already allocated to you, allocate every one of you based on the entity. So later on, we will going to send you to the breakout room with your entity, and then it is a free time. There is no limit list. You can cancel or stop whatever, whenever you want. But then these are the key questions I want you to go through with your MC members. Like first, what conversation do we need to answer with my MC team during the planning? And like, I hope you can actually start to have this kind of conversation and have a good lunch with each other. And then before day 3, if you have time, you can of course share, or if you don't have time, you can just as individual working. So I have already prepared a spreadsheet for you. So you can focus on here to, just have a lunch and then talk with each other about, hey, I think later on, this is a very important question that we need to answer in the MC planning. So I will also share this tool with your MCP, so they will be also aware and adjust their planning agenda based on the topics here, okay? So debrief the way forward with your entity. Launch time is going to start soon. And if your entity has already assigned a PIC, then this is your role in here. First, you need to be the time control, ensure everyone have a proper rest, have a good conversation, and also go back to the afternoon session on time. And then copy the tab in the spreadsheet and ensure individual thinking follow up, because probably you want to take a rest, right? It's fine after launch if you finish the key conversations that I expect you to happen. And also have follow-up conversation with MCP, because your ideas and opinions is super important. And you can always go back to this sheet to adjust, okay? And yeah, so on a limited list Asia Pacific, this is not just a slogan, and I hope that it can be really practical, and then you can, you know, you are not just looking to the sky, but then you can always, you know, we work step by step, and then in the end, we are going to achieve limitless miles that we can never imagine before. Yeah, so I hope everything is clear for you guys, and then are you guys ready for the launch time? And if you are clear with the way forward, can you actually, there is a reaction in the participant and the chat room, right? Can you click yes? So we can know, like, we can actually send you to the breakout room with your entity. Yeah, just click yeah. I see 4 people is clicking, 5. Can we click more people? Okay, Eliza finished clicking. Ritvik. So yeah, if people you are already understand, you are so smart. I really appreciate that. But we can also give some patience to other people, okay? Although you are hungry. Yeah, so other people, we have a lot of people didn't react. I'm not so sure, is it because you don't know how to react or what? Yeah, I hope you can click there, because if you keep typing yes in the chat room, right, it's hard for me to know. We still have a lot of people didn't react. I'm not sure. Is everyone get my instruction or not? Okay, let me check by entity. Mongolia has people, yes. New Zealand, MOC. Singapore, yes. Pakistan, yes. Nepal, yes. How about Malaysia, India, Australia, yes. Thailand, where is Thailand? Thailand, Taiwan, Indonesia, yes. Okay. Vietnam, anyone from Vietnam understand the instruction? Okay, if yes, then my best attack group, can you send them to the room, and then I will send this slide to you on the Telegram. So enjoy lunch time. Okay, we will see you. Thank you, Anne. It's hard for me to see, sorry. Yeah, okay, I will send this slide, but it's a little bit stuck with my laptop right now, so I'm really sorry. So I will send this spreadsheet link first, and then also send you the slides in the room, okay? Amazing.
Yeah. I'll send
a screenshot on Telegram already.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
So people can go check.
Okay. The remaining people are people who either didn't have the entity name or the entity only has them, so they're here.
Sorry, what do you mean?
Yeah, let's
like for the remaining people in the main plenary, it's either that your entity only have you as the single MCVP from what I'm seeing, or that you haven't put which entity you belong in. I'm trying hard to remember which entity you are from.
I can tell you for Android, like it will be Vietnam.
Android.
Nan will be Myanmar.
Which one?
The white one.
The white one.
Yeah.
Okay, the white one with glasses.
Okay, yeah, like Myanmar. For the remaining, that's a good question.
Kai, Japan.
Yeah. Atto is
no, Japan only have Kai only. Yeah. And also for Hong Kong.
Kai? Why?
Yeah.
Atto is Taiwan.
No, Chieko.
Hey, Scott, you are late for this session. Right. I didn't see you in the GT session.
Oh, yeah. That is Scott.
Hey.
Oh, Scott, you're going to MOC 1 or Australia?
MOC, of course. Australia.
Oh
it's still like don't remember everything.
Go. There's one. So
Just ask them to change their nickname.
Name. Oh, there's Sri Lanka. I can put them in. Okay, so it's lunchtime.
So
Yeah,
can we have a break now?
Yeah.
Okay, Connie, I'm seeing you at 1:45, right?
What do you mean? 1:45?
Like you send the calendar invite for the session, the day 3.
Oh, yeah. It's onboarding. It's onboarding for you. Do you have time in that time? Because you're running.
I will go very quickly to get lunch. I'll try my best to rush back.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
The breakout room sometime automatically close. You have the timer for that. Will you cancel that? Like you by default it's like 30 minutes or 60 minutes. So either change that or something.
Oh, you mean when do I close? Yeah.
The automatic breakout room close. They can come back in directly the same slide, I think.
Yeah, I set it at 60 seconds still. Like I didn't change the setting before I opened all the room.
60 minutes. 30 minutes.
No, 60 seconds. So, but then I can right now.
He's not talking about this one.
That is not the one when you close the rooms. That is the one when you automatically like overall breakout room. Like the duration of the breakout room.
No. It's not about closing the room. It's about when you create the room. There's a place.
I can set a limit.
How many minutes for that breakout room.
So I know.
It's automatic. So he asked you, did you remove it? It should.
No, I didn't remove that. I didn't set that particular setting.
You can ask him how to do it. I also don't know as well. Oh, there's one more there.
I think can we move them to the breakout room? Only them, right? We have 2 Indian here already.
Yeah, we can put India together.
Yeah, and then for Japan and Ato, maybe we can just put them into different rooms.
Yeah.
Whatever they want, and then
Yeah. Japan. Where should I put Japan to?
I think he is not here. I think Tai is not here, right? I mean, he is not present. I think so.
Yeah.
What about Ato? Where should I put him?
You can have another record room for him, for example.
I don't know, because I already opened the room. I cannot add an extra breakout room right now.
Oh,
He is Malaysia. Can you send her back?
Malaysia,
Lena as well.
Lena? Oh,
Yeah.
she didn't join.
I think they dropped it, right?
She dropped it. Can you
I
ask?
think they dropped it.
Okay, wait, Lena.
Papa, you're stupid.
I will also send it to the MCP group about they should be having this right now. So we can ask MCP to help us to check up, I think.
Lena, are you still haven't joined yet?
You're ugly. Papa, you gain weight. Let me introduce you guys. Her name is Pang Pang. Tony, you know what it means, right?
Oh,
No,
Winnie, you're
my
here.
name is Winnie.
Hi.
Oh, I see
It's okay
Malaysia
lah.
is already filling up.
Mm.
Asia, only there is a question.
That's the strain of Malaysia.
Tina is asking question. No, we are not extending.
Shashwat is India.
Wait. Where is it?
Lena, is it okay if I put you in waiting room and I accept you again? See if I can put you in the breakout room. Because right now I put it in there, but then it shows that you haven't joined. But then like I see that you're here.
Hey, Serafina, can you do an announcement? The lunch end at 2:15.
15 p.m.
The lunch.
Connie, you are the best.
So smart, right?
Yeah, that's so smart.
Because I'm hungry, I also want to eat. So I will not.
Sorry, when you're talking, I'm eating already.
Maybe, like, Lena, I'm so sorry. Like, I tried my best to put you back in the room. Like, you're assigned it there, but then it still shows that you're not joined it yet. maybe you can show, like, look at the down, like, below that bar. Is there a breakout room that you can press? If not, then I can, inside the room right now, Winnie also haven't joined. Like, Winnie, you...
Oh, they joined.
Somebody's name I cannot.
Oh, I think she joined.
Yeah, she joined. What about
Okay.
Winnie?
I think Winnie.
Winnie not joined. Oh, yeah, you're still here. Can you see?
I cannot see join breakout room here. Maybe like
No, like below, like the lowest bar, like right next to the leave room, there's a breakout room button.
Okay.
Can you press that?
Too
Yeah,
bad.
thank you.
Second day already.
Oh my god. Who put me as tax of order?
Oh my god, that's so stupid. Why always like this? Fucking problem.
Hey, did I speak too fast or something?
No, I think it's fine.
You speak slow.
Stop recording first.
Okay, you can pause it. You can
recording,
pause it. Or you can